Weather apocalypse incoming. The polar vortex collapse that could freeze America until spring. Listen up, because what's about to hit the United States isn't your typical winter cold snap. We're talking about a catastrophic atmospheric event that meteorologists only see once every few years. And it's happening right now, 18 miles above your head. The polar vortex is literally tearing itself apart. And when that massive wall of spinning Arctic air finally collapses, millions of Americans are going to experience cold so extreme it'll rewrite the record books. Right this second, while you're watching this, temperatures high in the stratosphere are spiking by more than 90 degrees Fahrenheit in just a matter of days. Scientists call this a sudden stratospheric warming event, and the latest predictions show a breakdown of the polar circulation, creating a prolonged cold weather pattern across North America and Europe, with early signs that it can last into early spring. This isn't some computer model glitch or meteorological theory. It is actually happening, and the impacts are already being felt on the ground. The United States is being split down the middle, like someone took a chainsaw to the weather map. On one side, you've got cities like Denver hitting 65 degrees while people are walking around in t-shirts. On the other side, Pittsburgh is sitting at 35 degrees below average, with wind chills that'll freeze exposed skin in minutes. This isn't normal winter variability. This is the atmosphere reorganizing itself in real time, and it's setting up a pattern that could dominate our weather for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Here's what's actually happening up in the stratosphere, because understanding this will help you grasp why this winter is about to get so intense. The polar vortex isn't some mythical weather monster that occasionally escapes from the Arctic. It's a massive circulation of winds that normally spins around the North Pole like a protective wall, keeping all that frigid Arctic air locked up where it belongs. When it's healthy and strong, those winds can reach speeds over 200 miles per hour, creating what's essentially an atmospheric prison for the coldest air on the planet. But something remarkable started happening about 10 days ago. Large-scale atmosphere waves began pushing higher into the atmosphere, and these waves started to break on top of the polar vortex, transferring energy upward and literally heating up the stratosphere. The polar vortex collapse is making headlines. But what does it actually mean for us on the ground? Let's dive into some truly shocking temperature data. We're not just talking about air temperature, we're talking about the ground itself. In Florida, the ground temperature recently plunged to a historic 17 degrees Fahrenheit. That's -8 degrees Celsius. It's the kind of cold that can devastate agriculture, and it happened in the Sunshine State. But it's not just Florida. The entire Northeast is experiencing extreme temperature departures. We're seeing ground temperatures 20 to 30 degrees below normal. Think about that for a second. That's not a small dip. It's a massive, prolonged deep freeze that's impacting everything from soil to infrastructure. So, what's causing this? It's all tied to a massive atmospheric blocking pattern. Imagine a giant roadblock in the sky sitting over the west coast. This high-pressure system, what we call a ridge, is preventing any mild Pacific air from moving eastward. It's essentially opening a direct, unobstructed highway from the Arctic Strait down into the central and eastern United States. This isn't a one-and-done event. This blocking pattern is incredibly persistent, meaning we're not just getting one blast of cold air, we're getting wave after wave of it. Looking ahead, the long-term forecast isn't offering much of a thaw. Meteorologists are tracking this pattern closely, and the consensus is that these repeated Arctic intrusions are likely to continue through February and potentially even into early March. This means the battle between winter's chill and spring's warmth is going to be a prolonged one this year. We're locked into a cold pattern that will define the rest of our winter season. It's a powerful reminder of how interconnected our global climate system is, where a disturbance high above the North Pole can lead to historic cold thousands of miles away. We'll keep tracking these developments and bring you the latest. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more weather insights. Stay warm out there, folks. We're staring down the barrel of some truly wild winter weather, and it's just getting started. Right now, New England is getting hit with a nasty 1-2 punch of heavy snow and powerful winds. This isn't just a picturesque snowfall. This is a dangerous combination. The snow is heavy and wet, clinging to everything, And when you add wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, you get widespread power outages as branches and power lines come crashing down. It's a recipe for disaster. So please, if you're in that area, stay safe and stay indoors. Now, let's look ahead. Our forecast models are lighting up for another significant system around February 10th through the 12th. This one has the potential to be a major winter storm. Possibly another nor'easter impacting a large part of the eastern US. We're talking heavy snow, strong winds, and major travel disruptions. The exact track is still developing, but the ingredients are certainly there for a high-impact event. Everyone from the mid-Atlantic up through the Northeast needs to be paying close attention to this as we get closer. Speaking of nor'easters, can we talk about what just happened in the Carolinas? Some areas saw historic snowfall, amounts they haven't seen in decades. It's a powerful reminder that these coastal storms can pack a serious punch, even in places that don't typically see huge snow totals. This winter is proving to be relentless and unpredictable. And it's not just about snow. The latest outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for February is brutal. We're looking at a high probability of below-average temperatures for a huge swath of the country. This isn't just a chilly spell. We're talking about dangerous, life-threatening cold. Sadly, the death toll from this winter's Arctic blasts is already rising, and millions have been left without power in freezing conditions. This extended period of cold will put even more strain on our power grids and pose a serious risk to vulnerable populations. Please, take this seriously. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly. Prepare your homes for potential power outages and extreme cold. We're in for a very challenging couple of weeks. Stay informed, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay safe. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for the latest updates on these developing storms. Ever feel like the weather's gone completely wild? Well, you're not wrong. Remember that crazy cold snap a while back? We're talking about a polar vortex event that sent temperatures plummeting across North America. But here's the thing, it wasn't the first time, and it probably won't be the last. Let's rewind a bit. Back in 2019, a similar event, known as a stratospheric warming, hit the Midwest hard. Cities were colder than parts of Antarctica. Then, in 2021, Texas experienced a catastrophic freeze that knocked out its power grid for days. These events are historical markers, showing a pattern of increasingly intense winter extremes. 2. What made this recent event so bizarre was the extreme split across the country. On the very same day, Denver was basking in a mild 50 degrees Fahrenheit, while Buffalo, New York, was buried under feet of snow with temperatures feeling like -20. It was like two different seasons happening at once in the same country. So, what's causing this weather whiplash? It all comes down to the jet stream. Think of it as a fast-moving river of air high up in the atmosphere. Normally, it flows in a relatively straight path, keeping cold polar air locked up in the Arctic. But when the jet stream weakens and becomes wavy, it allows that frigid air to plunge southward, bringing an Arctic blast with it. This wavy jet stream also fuels something called explosive cyclogenesis, or a bomb cyclone. This is when a storm intensifies incredibly quickly, dropping pressure at an astonishing rate. It's the perfect recipe for blizzards, hurricane-force winds, and massive snowfall. Which is exactly what the East Coast experienced. The real-world impacts were surreal and spread like wildfire on social media. In Florida, people were posting videos of frozen iguanas literally falling out of trees because they were too cold to move. Further north, for the first time in years, significant ice was seen forming on the Hudson River near New York City. A stunning visual of just how deep the cold had settled in, from paralyzing blizzards to icicles. These events are a powerful reminder of nature's force. It's not just a cold day. It's a complex atmospheric dance with real and dramatic consequences. What do you think? Have you experienced weather this extreme? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world around us. Third, massive cold blast we all felt. It wasn't just in your backyard, it was a continental scale event, and the pictures prove it. I'm sure you've seen the viral videos. The Hudson River in New York looking more like an Arctic ice floe, with huge chunks of ice floating downstream. Down in Florida, the iguanas, stunned by the cold, were literally falling out of the trees. And in North Carolina, the relentless weather contributed to heartbreaking coastal house collapses. Social media didn't just show us the weather, it showed us the consequences in real time, bringing the reality of this event into everyone's feed. This wasn't just a social media spectacle, it was a logistical nightmare, especially for transportation. We're talking thousands of flight cancellations, leaving travelers stranded across the country. Major interstates, like I-80, were shut down for extended periods, completely severing critical trucking routes. This wasn't just an inconvenience. It was a total hammering of our transportation system. The ripple effects of these shutdowns will be felt for weeks as supply chains work to untangle the mess. When you can't fly and you can't drive, the country effectively grinds to a halt. Now, for the big question, is it over? The short-term forecast might show a little relief, but we're tracking a significant signal high up in the atmosphere. It's called a stratospheric warming event. Think of it as a major disturbance in the polar vortex. What this often means is that a few weeks later, we can see another major discharge of Arctic air plunging south. So, while we might have a thaw, the pattern for the next 4 to 6 weeks strongly suggests a potential for another round of severe cold, possibly through early March. We're not out of the woods yet, so don't pack away those winter coats. Given that long-range outlook, it is absolutely critical to stay prepared. Let's talk safety. First, your home. Check your insulation and seal any drafts. Make sure your heating system is in good working order. It's not too late to get it serviced. Next, your vehicle. Have a winter emergency kit in your car. This should include blankets, a flashlight, water, non-perishable snacks, and a portable phone charger. And most importantly, check on your neighbors, especially the elderly or those who live alone. A simple knock on the door can make all the difference. Community is our best defense against the cold. Beyond the immediate dangers, the economic fallout from this type of event is substantial and long-lasting. Home heating bills are going to skyrocket for millions, putting a real strain on household budgets. For our farmers, a sudden deep freeze can be devastating, wiping out entire crops, and the damage to our infrastructure, bursting pipes, cracked roads, strained power grids will cost billions to repair. This isn't just a weather story, it's a major economic event that will impact everyone's wallet in one way or another. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and warm out there, and be sure to subscribe for more updates.